Let's cross to the UK. Joining us is finance entrepreneur and geopolitics expert, Dr. Roger Gewolb. Roger, it's great to speak with you. There's just 3 weeks to go until Brits head to the polls and decide who will be the next Prime Minister. And Reform UK party leader has released this campaign video.
Nigel Farage.
Nigel Farage has had building rubble thrown at him on the campaign trail in South Yorkshire.
Yeah, well, there we are. So if you go to university, this is what they teach you. Not to have an open debate and disagree, but to shout down. This is so symptomatic of where we are with our politics in this country. Actually, it's terrible.
A new YouGov poll shows that Nigel Farage's Reform UK party is trailing just 1 point behind the Tories, and the poll places Labor at 38%, Tories at 18% and Reform UK at 17%. Roger, how has Nigel Farage been able to gain so much momentum in just a short period of time?
I think that the momentum was there. It was building up tremendously. As people were getting more and more frustrated, I guess is the word I want to use, with Mr. Sunak and Sir Keir Starmer. They're just so bland and boring and stupid and empty and irritating. People just are sick of them and all of the politicians. And they wanted Nigel. A lot of people wanted Nigel, and he hesitated and then made up his mind to come back. So that brought a real groundswell with him. That's number one. But that's, kind of cosmetic, Gabriella. I think more importantly, number two is that what he and Reform are saying makes a hell of a lot more sense than what any of the other parties are saying. And people are starting to pay attention and listen to that. Whether it will get them anywhere because of the tremendous voter apathy, will people still turn out at the polls? Who knows? And also because of our first past the post system, no proportional representation, it's very, very difficult, almost impossible for a party other than the Tories or Labour to get in.
So what can we expect between now and July 4? I suppose, will that momentum keep building? Is that what you expect?
I think the momentum will keep building. I think that that Fishy Rishi, 90% with the rest of the Conservatives knows that their goose has been well cooked over 14 years. I think that Starmer and his rather delusional cronies think that they actually have a plan that makes sense and they're going to be able to change the country. I don't think so, but I think, they're pretty confident of getting in. I think that Reform could surprise everybody and take a lot of seats. But then there's an old political saying, which is, something always happens at the last moment that's completely unexpected. I don't know what that will be, but it changes things. So we need to keep our eye out for that. But yeah, I think we'll see 3 weeks of frenzied campaign and momentum and more shouting, more and more noise, more and more promises, tax cuts, which aren't really tax cuts. I mean, anything in the world they can think of that might make the voters happy, which they should have said 14 years ago, they will throw out there now, both sides. And what will it produce? Nobody knows. It looks like probably a Labour victory or a hung parliament, but who knows?
What does this movement behind Nigel Farage say about Donald Trump and his chances in November?
Well, I mean, Trump is going strong, and we've got tomorrow to see if the rumors that have been going around for 3 months, not over here or with you, but mainly in the States, that Biden is going to stand down for ill health reasons tomorrow, June 13th, we'll see if that happens. And he's supposed to be replaced by Gavin Newsom, the highly divisive left-leaning governor of California. Will that happen? Won't that happen? Who knows? It's been a very strong rumor that everybody's been talking about. But I think, that won't affect Trump. Newsom can give Trump a run for his money, but I don't think he can beat him. So I think that Nigel will do his job. Reform will get some seats. They won't be a force to reckon with, perhaps. And then Nigel will go off and help Trump. But Nigel, I think, is doing this for the election after this. He wants to build reform into a replacement for the Conservative Party.
Mm. Okay, well, we'll wait and see if those rumours are true. What would that do to the Democrats and their chances if Joe Biden was to stand down?
Well, I think their chances would be a lot better because, they have somebody who is healthier and, dare I say, more compos mentis in place. They have somebody who's going to, at least on the face of it, last the course for the next 4 years. So I think that will give Democratic voters more confidence, because they must be worried about the state of Biden. In the video that's gone viral yesterday with everybody dancing around him and him standing there like he just soiled himself or something. It's, one feels very bad for him. But that would give anybody comfort to see somebody like Newsom step in and be more energetic. So yeah, that'll help their chances.